Welcome to the Raven's Ultimate Classic Doctor Who toy reviews. I hope you enjoy the show. Hi guys, and welcome to episode 1 of the Ultimate Classic Doctor Who toy reviews. In this episode we will be focusing on Product Enterprise Talking Daleks. Now these Daleks are about 8 inches tall and are brilliant, so I'm going to crack on with the review. Now, as you can see, I've got quite a few of these Daleks, different colour variants. I haven't got the complete set. There are still a few that I haven't got, but not to worry, because you know I'll be getting them soon. In the background, I've got 2 in a box, unopened, and obviously in front I've got 5 that have been opened. Now, I'm just going to give you basically a rough idea of what this figure is, what it does, and what it looks like. So, first of all, obviously, we know these are Daleks. Now, these were made by a company called Product Enterprise in the early 2000s. Back in those days, Doctor Who obviously had been off air for quite a long time, and any product that came out that was Doctor Who was usually to do with the Daleks or the Cybermen, because that was primarily the thing that people remembered. So that's why we got bombarded, and we're still getting bombarded even today, with Daleks and Cybermen. But it doesn't matter, because we all know the Daleks are fantastic, helping Doctor Who boost its popularity throughout the 60s and onwards. Anyway, so the detailing of these Daleks is fantastic. Now, there are different variants. Some of these Daleks are variants that aren't necessarily in the TV show, but other variants are. So this one here, for instance, is not in any episode that I've ever seen, and I've seen all of them. It's red all over with silver. I mean, it's kind of close to being a movie Dalek, but it still isn't. So it really is a Dalek that's just been made up, but that doesn't matter because it still looks fantastic. Articulation. The heads don't do 360, they get stuck there, but they do turn, obviously, 45 degrees, or 90 degrees in total, which is pretty cool. The eye stalk does move up and down, which is really nice, and the plunger and exterminator, excuse me, move up and down and all to the side and that, which is really nice. At the bottom of a Dalek, the most noticeable part of this Dalek is these dots here. Now those dots there are basically the speaker. You've got 2 wheels here, and then you've got a wheel at the front. They're all fixed, so the wheels don't turn, so the Dalek does just go forwards and backwards. And obviously a little battery compartment there. The Daleks take, from memory, 4 AAA batteries to work. Don't quote me on that, because I haven't got my sonic screwdriver out, and it might only be 3, or even 2 AA's. I really can't remember. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. The Daleks did come with batteries when you bought them in the box originally. The batteries were already inside the Daleks, but obviously throughout time they've worn out, so I've had to replace them. Now this particular Dalek hasn't got any batteries in it, so I won't be able to show you the sound effects, but I will be able to show you on the other Daleks. So that's this Dalek. As I say, lovely design work, lovely detailing. There's no paint splodges that I can see, really. I mean, they are fantastic, and they are quite large. So that's that one. This Dalek here is like a Supreme Dalek, because it's black and gold. Again, I don't really remember this particular Dalek being in any TV show. So again, they've kind of made up the colours, which is fine by me, because it looks like a nice Dalek. Now this one here, the closest I can think that this Dalek was representing is the Dalek from, the Supreme Dalek from Planet of the Daleks, but it still isn't 100% accurate. I mean, the colours are, but the headlights are a little bit different. So again, this Dalek has kind of its own little world it's come from. But again, that doesn't matter, because they all look brilliant. Now this Dalek is actually one of the special edition Daleks, harder to get than some other Daleks, but you know, that's just the way it is. They always do that. Now, my two favourite Daleks, if I just bring this camera out a little bit, these two here are my favourites. Now, I guess really the reason for them being my favourite Daleks is simply because they are taken from episodes in Doctor Who. Now, this Dalek here, Basay, would basically be a Dalek from Evil of a Daleks or Power of a Daleks, and it looks absolutely brilliant. That's why I actually bought two. There is one over there in its box, and of course this one is from the Evil of a Daleks. It's an evil Dalek Guard Emperor, and I absolutely love this one. It's probably my favourite Dalek out of the collection. Again, this one is a rare collector's edition Dalek. It would be, because it's so cool. Now, I'm going to run through with you the speech of these Daleks. Now, most of these Daleks say the same phrases, but one of these Daleks is slightly different, and I'll show you that now. So this is this one. This is the phrases that most of the Daleks say. And as you can see, the lights flash as well, which is really awesome. So as you can see, the Dalek's voice is operated by a little button inside here. Just press that. It's really good, and what's good about this feature is you can press it once, and if you don't want to hear that particular saying, press it again and it will start the next one straight away. For example, yeah, that's a bad example. For example, now the only thing I would say about these Daleks is that last sound we just heard then, the exterminating sound, is completely fictional. I don't know where they got the idea from that, but that's the only bad thing about the sound effects of the Dalek. Now, the other Dalek I said that sounds slightly different, I believe, is this one.
Seek, locate, annihilate.
As you can see, it's got a completely different voice chip. Very interesting.
Exterminate.
He sounds a little bit more worried.
You are an enemy of the Daleks. Daleks rule supreme. Destroy the Doctor. Seek, locate,
And that's pretty much his words. Now, if you play both together, it sounds pretty messy. But if you play two Daleks that have the same voice chip together, so let me just find that one. Right, here we go. If you play them together like this, if you play them together like this, it sounds pretty cool. Anyway, so that's the sound effects. They are pretty awesome. And just quickly to cover the boxed Dalek. Well, actually, we've seen this one out of its box. Here's another variant. This one here is red and black. And the box that they come in is just like this, and it's a lovely classic design. And actually on the back of the box it tells you about all the other kinds of Daleks you can get, and Cybermen. And on the back of the box it shows you all the different products that Product Enterprise, no pun intended, have released or are also available. The 12-inch remote control Daleks there, the talking Cybermen with Cybermat, the Dalek Rollermatics. So there's all sorts of different shapes and sizes of Daleks to enjoy and collect, and of course I have them all, so I will be covering that in later episodes. But yeah, the artwork is just fantastic, and the Dalek itself sits in the box, and as you can see, the battery is in this Dalek, and it is in its box, brand new. It does have a little try me button there, so in the shops they would have been tried a lot by other kids and other adults, of course, and that would have, you know, died the battery, as they would say. Anyway, so that concludes episode 1 of the Ultimate Classic Doctor Who toy reviews, featuring the Talking Daleks from character options from Product Enterprise. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you again in my next episode. Take care, guys. Bye for now.